This video will show you how to use the IFS or IFS function, which was added in Excel 2019. It can do everything the regular if function does, but it does this in a simpler format. And this makes it a good choice when you want to display different outcomes based on different data ranges. We will look at two examples, displaying 5 different images based on the percent change, and a different text label based on where the number of sales falls within a range. Let's work on the sales volume first. In this column, I want to describe the volume of sales using 3 different labels, either low, or once we reach 1,000 sales, medium, or once we reach 5,000 sales, high. Our department sales are never 10,000 or higher, so we will not consider this. When you write an if statement, it is very important to do so in the correct order. First, are the sales less than 1,000? If true, then display low. Otherwise, are the sales less than 5,000? If true, then display medium. Otherwise, are they less than 10,000? If true, display high. That is how I think through the formula. And then what Excel actually does is first evaluate each condition. If a department has, for example, 980 sales, Excel will determine if 980 is less than 1,000. That is true. Is 980 less than 5,000? True. Is it less than 10,000? True. Then Excel finds and implements only the first true statement. So 980 will be correctly labeled as having a low sales volume. Now that we kind of understand how it works, let's try writing our formula in Excel. I will click in this cell. On the formula bar, click Insert Function and search for IFS. For the first logical test, click on the sales number in the same row, type less than 1,000. If the result of this test is true, then display low, and I need to put this in quotation marks. The second test is the value less than 5,000, then display medium. Is the value less than 10,000? To go to the next field, you may need to use this scroll bar, or you can press the Tab key. The first value is correctly defined as low. Let's copy the formula to the other rows and check the results. Let's look at the clothing department, which has 3,400 sales. In the formula bar, as I select each logical test with the mouse, Excel displays the result. 3,400 is not less than 1,000, so the first condition results in false. 3,400 is less than 5,000, true, and it is less than 10,000, true. Excel finds the first true condition and returns medium, which is correct. Everything looks good, but what if 1 month the electronics department has 12,000 sales? I did not account for this value in the formula. Every logical test resulted in false, so Excel returns the NA error. When you write the IFS formula, it's a good idea to add a last step that will display something like, for example, check data, in case none of the other tests are true. The true-false values I keep referring to are Boolean values. Each logical test results in the Boolean value true or false. I want this logical test to always return true, so I will just type the word true, not in quotations. It is the last criteria, so this will only be applied if all the other tests result in false. Let's copy this formula, and now our 12,000 says check data. What I really need to do, though, is add another sales volume category for values 10,000 or above. I can go ahead and add it here. D4 is greater than equal to 10,000. Then type a comma, quotation mark, very high, quotation mark, and another comma. I'm going to leave this last criteria here just in case. And now everything is working as expected. And now let's apply what we learned and use the IFS function to display one of 5 different images based on the percent change. I am using icons that come with Excel 365. To find them, I went to Insert Icon and then clicked this small button to place each one inside a cell. I also defined the range I want to use for each icon. For example, if the percent change is less than minus 50%, then display this icon. So I can refer to these notes as I write the formula. This time, let's write the formula manually. Type the equal sign, IFS, open parenthesis, click on the first percentage value, type less than, minus 0.5. Because the values are percentages, I am writing them as decimals. Type a comma, click on the cell containing the appropriate image, comma. I think I will continue typing in the formula bar, that will be easier. F4, less than 0, comma, the cell address for the next image, which is L5, comma. As you can see, the syntax is a series of if-then statements separated by commas. The last range will be F4 greater than or equal to 0.25, comma, L8. I think I defined all possible ranges, but just in case, I will add a final test. So, comma, true, comma, quotation, quotation. So a blank cell will appear if all the preceding statements are false, and a closed parenthesis. Oh, and I forgot, I need to add $signs to the cell references for the images so they remain fixed. There is a shortcut for this. If you click on a cell reference and press the function key F4, it will add the $signs for you. And now we have our images. I am also going to move this data to another worksheet, so I will cut and paste, not copy. Make sure you use cut and paste. This way the references in the formula followed them to their new address. Here we see the new worksheet name and new cell references. In summary, we used the IFS function to add value to this report. First, by describing the sales volume based on the number of sales, and also by adding an image to visually convey the percent change in sales. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you think might be interested.